I've always been intrigued by the role of sumo bow-twirler, by how a man can have a position of such prominence at the end of each day, and yet, when he fights, it's in front of nearly nobody, and when he trains, it's in a position of utmost deference to his seniors, in this man's case, Shodai and Yutakayama. But Shohoryu is more multi-talented than most. The more you cover him, the more compelling this particular bow-twirler's story becomes. A flick through my old photos reveals he also sings Jinku songs. His backstory is in the September and November links above. He came into January 2021 at a career high of Makushita 8 West, from which 4 wins, we thought that would be his limit, could take him into the key 3rd Division promotion slots for March. We have come to expect booming thrusts from him, meaning it was no surprise to see Tsukahara dealt with in this way. What stood out, though, was his improving sturdiness. There's just no way he's being dislodged. In match 2, and I wish I'd been there long enough to see it, he was paired with Koto-Oshu's starman, or Shohoryu, in a battle of the similarly pronounced names. A win by slapdown took him to 2-0. Match 3 saw him facing the divisional champion for September 2020, Terasawa. Using an impetuous foe's momentum against him, a la Shodai, took him to 3-0. And the next day, he sent shockwaves through the division by pulling off the same move against top promotion contender Bushozan. The winning score and a place at the division's top table for next time was already secured at the halfway point. 4-0 bow-twirler. Next up was Ryusei of 2-man Kagamiyama stable, and the only one of them competing. A wild slapdown attempt aside, Shohoryu was well in command there, and almost tank-like at the end. 5-0 bow-twirler. Now to face fellow title contenders. Also unbeaten Asakoki, with his renowned fighting spirit, provided the test in match 6. And Shohoryu answered a finger to the eye with a peach of a left parry, which had Asakoki spinning like the ceremonial bow. 6-0 bow-twirler, and suddenly the stakes got huge. Triumph in his final match, and he'd not only be champion, but jump straight into Division 2, and all the trappings that come with it. Under normal circumstances. But unfortunately, this time there was one snag. The only other man without loss after 6 bouts was Hama Yutaka. Way down the division, but his own Tokitsukaze stablemate, and thus unable to fight him unless in a playoff. For the judges, with too many promotion contenders on their hands, the solution was obvious. They looked at Shohoryu's 6 wins at Makushita 8. They looked at Nishiki Fuji's 5 wins at Makushita 5, and, unsure whose performance to value the higher, simply made them fight it out. The winner to be guaranteed promotion, the loser to be denied it. Shohoryu knew this man would be his toughest opponent to date, a Division 3 champion not 10 months before, who had spent the past 2 tournaments at salaried level, and winning quite a few bouts there. The levels of composure the bow-twirler had shown thus far would be difficult to keep. Thus came day 13, and Hamayutaka was up first. And down he went, thus confirming that the title and $5,000 of prize money would be Shohoryu's if he won. He could surely have done without the added pressure, but were he to conquer it, just imagine the boost it could give him for his first few bouts at salaried level.
Shohoryu, 秋田県横手市出身、時津風部屋、西方錦富士、青森県。
Look at the breakneck speed with which he races through the pre-bout gestures. He just wants this all to be over. No more waiting, no more butterflies. Just let me know my fate. Nishikifuji's cooler head was in no rush to teach him. But when the moment was right, teach him harshly it did. That was it. All that fortnight's successes undone. Shohoryu's promotion hopes smashed stomach first into the clay. Several grimaces hinted at the enormity of what he'd just ceded. The somberness still apparent as he picked up his bow some 3 hours later. That cast him into a title playoff with Nishikifuji, Hamayutaka, Ryusei, and others. How would he pick himself up for that?